Hello! It is Susie Ashworth here, Mind Shift and Messaging Mentor, coming at you live from the lovely, beautiful plains of Whitstable. Hey, Jenny Hassett, you gorgeous person. Hey, Anya. How are you doing? It feels really good to be back. I can hear myself in in the background. It was a bit weird. Hey there. I'm just going to wait until a couple more of you pop on. Hi, Laura. Can't wait to hang out with you on Thursday, by the way, Anya. It's going to be fun. I know it's taken us a million years to get it into the diary, but I'm laughing because Bev's like, I'm on about you this morning. I just feel so good. I thought I might feel a bit tired, and I do still feel a little bit tired behind the eyes, but I went for my morning walk this morning along the seafront, which I haven't done in what feels like forever. And even though the water was brown and I couldn't see to the bottom and it was cold, it felt so good to be back. And honestly, even yesterday, which was the journey from hell, it was absolutely the journey from hell. We got picked up at 20 to 9 in the morning. We got home at 1:30 in the morning yesterday. So it was just like, ah! However, the kids, bless their little hearts, I need to put that in because it's annoying me. I've kind of got my coat hanger things out. I'm appreciating me saying, thanks, babe. Yeah, the kids did so well, even though they were quite irritating and annoying at loads of points. But you know, when I say irritating and annoying, I just mean in the way that like a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old who have got kind of crazy toys who are like doing this in each other's faces for fun can be annoying. They were actually really well behaved. So I kind of had to kind of take a deep breath. I kept thinking to myself, I'm sure I intended this morning to go really calm. I kept having to remind myself of my intention to be a better mother. I failed quite a lot, but I'm also very forgiving. One of the things that I took away from Gozo was forgive. And I'm being a bit flippant about it, but actually that was a massive thing. Hey Liz, you gorgeous human being. The other thing I will say, which is really exciting, is just seeing the people who were in Gozo coming and just bang straight up in everyone's space, just seeing them expand. And one of the big themes was never apologize for taking up space, and seeing them come, you know, on the internet and into groups and taking up more space feels glorious. Okay. Anya, don't be scared. We've got this. Right, so I'm going to dive right in. So my word of the year for this year was connection. So my word of the year last year was abundance. This year it's been connection. And the way that I have designed my business is that I have a lot more connection with all of my clients, actually. Even with my new group course, I do 2 what I call wow calls, so watch out world calls every week for 30 minutes, where I get to connect with them and answer their questions. All of my private mentoring groups, all of my private mentoring clients have day FaceTime with me. And then obviously this doing the 4.5 days, 4 days really, but 4.5 days in Gozo. I'm probably going to cry. I'm just going to put that out there because my whole body is just feeling electric as I'm saying this, was all about connection. Connection for me with them, but mainly connection with themselves, which is exactly how I start the Limitless Life experience with the connection adventure. And the thing that came up, like kind of just hit me full on in the face, was to see how much these women absolutely flourished and grew and expanded and connected with themselves when they had the space to do it. And I remember writing on the sales page, and it felt quite abstract at the time, that this was going to be an amazing opportunity to get some space. So not everybody had kids there. So 2 of the women didn't have kids, but there were a lot of working mums who, let's be really freaking honest, it is non-stop for most of us most of the time. And to see these women have some time to themselves and then time to connect with other women who were in similar spaces and completely different spaces all at the same time was really fucking magical. And I cannot underestimate, or I cannot overplay rather, the importance of what it means to be truly connected to yourself and to your mission. And through deepening the connection that you have with yourself, you cannot help but deepen the connection that you have to your mission. And so the reason that I have come back feeling so fired up is seeing the magic that was created with these women during that time has left me yearning, desiring, just wanting that more and more and more and more and more. We talk about fear holding us back, and a lot of people say, I want to feel more confident, I want to feel more confident. And I hear myself saying, confidence comes from taking action. It comes from the experience of stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone. Now, being in that environment for me was my stretch, and lots of the stretch came with deciding that I was going to do it and putting the sales page up, and then feeling the fear around, shit, it's a big financial commitment for me. What if nobody signs up? And then what if they sign up and then they don't have a great time? You know, so there was the stretch for me. I knew scary is the eve of awesome. Absolutely, totally. The what if they don't have a great time was a small part of the fear. The biggest fear was, what if they don't sign up? I knew kind of that what the potential was for the week because of the 2-day retreat that I had done early on in the year, and I saw the transformation, and so I was excited by that. But I have to say, and I'm not going to apologize for taking up space or owning my awesomeness, but what really came through for me was, I'm fucking good at what I do. I am really, really good at holding the space for women who are ready to make a massive fucking transformation. I am very, very good at holding the space for women when they are experiencing breakthroughs that can feel big and emotional and scary. I am able to hold them in a space to help them move through those experiences in a way that when they come face to face with the thing that scares the shit out of them, they can get through it and come through the other side feeling lighter, feeling happier, feeling more ready and able to go, you know, go on to the next level and embrace that expansion. Laura's saying, hello fucking Luya. That I cannot even tell you, ladies, it does make me feel emotional, because I just feel that to witness their transformation was one thing, but to have the honor of supporting these women has allowed me, has created a transformation in me, and has cemented my confidence and has let me know without any shadow of a doubt how I want to be showing up for all of you more deeply and more profoundly, whether it is online through live streams like this, whether it's in my group programs, or especially when I get to work with people in person. And I absolutely know that connecting with people deeply, which happens when I allow myself to, when I give myself permission to show up unapologetically and in my fullness, that's when I can do my best work. And so these 4 days have been completely life-changing for me, because rather than it being like, I think I'm okay, you know, I'm quite good, is to know, actually, I fucking know my shit. And I want more and more and more and more of you to be able to experience that type of transformation. And so, yeah, I'm all about that over 2018. Connection is everything. And so the first thing I suppose I want you to take away from this is, do not skip connecting with yourself. Do not skip asking yourself, what are my superpowers? Do not skip asking yourself, how is it that I want to serve? Those questions are really fucking important, and check in with yourself. Are you doing it, or are you shrinking? Are you doing that, or are you hiding away? Are you doing that, or are you apologizing for being you? Are you apologizing for your desires? Are you apologizing for your amazingness? If you're doing that in any way, shape, or form, fucking stop it. Connection is everything. So the other big thing for me, decluttering. This is something that I have been in programs where they talk about it. I have read The Life-Changing Art of Marie Kondo. Or The Life-Changing Art of, what is it? You know, the letting go of stuff. I've read that book. I've talked about it, and I do talk about it. What was clear for me is that this decluttering, KonMari, the KonMari method, this decluttering needs to be happening on an emotional level. For me, I feel every day. And so I made the little joke at the start about forgiving myself, but that needs to be happening. That will be happening for me before I go to bed every single day. Marianne Williamson talks about reflecting on your day and then atoning for your sins. Because I'm not religious at all, I wouldn't use that language, but really looking to see where I have guilt for actions, where I've acted in a way that feels out of alignment with the highest vision for myself, where I have not been respectful, where I've been bitching, whatever it is. I do not want to go to bed holding that shit. The more we are able to let go of guilt, shame, worry, fear, the more space we create within our bodies to let more good stuff in. And yes, Laura, we absolutely can. Our bedtime buddy up. Abundance, allowing an abundance in whatever shape or form, to allow more stuff in, we have to let go of stuff. And we are holding on to a lifetime of negative energy, which builds up every single day in just little ways, shapes and forms. And so I am inviting you to be doing as I am doing, is to be releasing that shit on a daily basis. And alongside my own personal work and clearing that I'm going to be doing, I will also be working with energy healers to allow more of that stuff to turbocharge that letting go. And I think that one of the big things for the group, one of the things I wanted them to take away was realizing that they are letters of forgiveness, EFT, tapping, all of that stuff, yoga, all of that stuff can help us release, and we are completely in control of that. And what I didn't want people to do, because we had some amazing workshops, we had heart alignment massage, which cracked people open, we had life alignment, and we had theta healing. Those 3 workshops helped clear loads of shit for people. And it was important for me that the ladies didn't think that they needed to go away and need to work with outside healers in order to maintain their transformation. We can do this ourselves. We can absolutely do it ourselves. And sometimes it is as simple as saying, I'm prepared to let that go. You know, I'm not prepared to tolerate beating myself up over this thing anymore. And if you want to do it in a full moon, if you want to write a letter, if you want to burn a letter, you can do all of that. And that is really, really powerful. The reason that I'm going to supplement that work with working with outside healers is the same reason that I work with a coach. Sometimes I look at coaching, I look at my coaches like my wing mirrors. You know, they're able to see my blind spots. And so outside healers, good healers, can sometimes just accelerate that process. But if you're not in the position to be working with heart alignment masseurs and theta healers and all of that stuff, I don't want you to think that you're not going to be able to make the transformation, because you absolutely can. But you do have to do the work, which is showing up for yourself on a daily basis to say, what am I holding on to that is no longer serving me? Physically and emotionally. What am I holding on to that is no longer serving me? And let that shit go. The more that you can let that go, and the more quickly you can let that go, the more opportunity, the more space you're creating to allow the good stuff to flow in. So emotional and physical decluttering is now at the forefront of everything that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to tell you what my money goal is, because how I'm going to get there is deeply related to this. And I was just sharing with hey Ashley, I was just sharing with my assistant Tara what the goals are for 2018, and my whole body got goosebumps, and I was like, but after the week that I've just had, it's really clear to me that I'm ready to step up in a fucking humongous way. And my money goal for 2018 is £500,000. I've just said that on a live stream in front of everybody, and it feels really good. Yeah. And what is interesting for me, I'm just like, whoa. What's interesting for me about that goal is I have mapped it out, and it feels easy. Actually, it feels easy. And what's come up for me with that goal is thank you, Laura, thank you, Anya. What is interesting for me about that goal is I've mapped it out, and obviously I always leave room for it's not Christine Northrup, Kate Northrup says movement for magic, room for magic. So I've mapped it out, and it feels easy. It feels very, very easy for me. And what I was talking to Tara about earlier on is, in order for her to be able to support the growth of the business in that way, I need to be working less, which means that we have to have many margin for magic. Yes, that's it. We have to have many more structures, systems, and standard operating procedures in place, so that I can step away. And if she wants to go on holiday for 2 weeks, we're not all freaking out and everything falls down. Because what I'm really, really clear of is that I want to be spending more time with my kids. Absolutely. More time with my husband. And I didn't think, there was a part of me that, thank you, Laura. Sorry. There was a part of me that didn't think that it was, oh, I've got clarity coming up. Where are you gone? There you are. Didn't think that it was possible for me to be able to earn more without working loads more, And what has come through really clearly is that I can do that without killing myself. I can earn that amount of money without sacrificing my family. I can earn that amount of money whilst finishing at 4 o'clock every day. I can, I will, and I am. And that feels very, very, very exciting for me to have that big money goal. One of my clients in the Limitless Life Experience was saying, Suze, do I go bigger on my money goal? And I'm like, yes, you do. And what I wanted to make really clear is that I'm not going to be doing more in order to get there. But what I am going to be doing is serving more deeply. Deep, deep service. And how am I going to be serving more deeply? Full circle, I'm going to be more connected with my mission, more committed to helping you achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Absolutely grounded in my knowing that for the women who are ready to change the fucking world, I am going to be the person to help you do that. And that is going to run through every single thing that I say, everything that I do is about connecting with the women who are ready to change the world in a deeply profound way. And to me, this feels so, so exciting. It's happening, ladies! And everybody who is on this live stream. Oh, love you, Laura, is a part of this. And I just want to say I am so, so grateful. I am so grateful and thankful to the people that came. Oh, thank you, Anya. I'm so grateful and thankful to the people that came on the retreat with me, seeing their growth, seeing them letting go, seeing them step into their power is the absolute reason that I can sit here saying what I'm saying today. And that's what I mean between when I talk about giving and receiving. If I hadn't been able to be in that space and receive their growth, receive their love, then I would not be able to sit here and give this to you right now. And it's just, yeah, it feels magnificent. My whole, yeah, my body just feels it. And in order for me to be able to do this, the big focus for me is to stay in creation mode. Creation, not competition. And this is important because whenever we are in competition mode, we're in the space of believing that if she's doing that over there, that's less of the pie for me. And it's really, really easy. I noticed it. You know, I was going through stuff on the retreat myself, and I noticed it. I noticed sometimes the need to feel visible, or if the group were working, like, what was my role? And I really had to pull back that stuff, pull back the ego chat, and realize that the only space that I can be in to allow all of the goodness that is available for me and for the rest of the world to come in is to be in creation mode. When I'm a creator, so when I'm creating content like this, when I'm creating courses, when I'm serving, nobody can take that away from me. You know, so I invite you to look at when you're in that space of lack, I want you to know that you're in competition mode. And I want you to know that that's a story made up from our egos. Move into creation mode. Understand how to connect with the creator within you, whatever that looks like for you, and know that no one can take that away from you. The only thing that you have to do is show up for yourself with your message in an unfiltered way. And you cannot help but draw in, attract the people that need to hear what it is that you do. So some of the basic things I am going to be looking at. So I've said more systems, more structures, more standard operating procedures, less internet. In order for me to do this in less time, there needs to be less distraction. So that means I'm going to be doing a lot more work without being on Facebook, which feels both liberating and a bit scary because I love fucking Facebook and I love being super, super responsive to my clients when they're asking me stuff. But I need to just make sure that that happens in a far more structured way. I need to have clear daily goals. So making myself very, very accountable, using people like my lovely Laura Husson, using people like my coaches to be absolutely clear on what it is I'm setting out to achieve on a day-to-day basis. I need to keep the little commitments I make to myself. This is a big thing that came up. When we are saying that we're going to do stuff, and we don't do it, we erode the confidence we have in achieving our goals. Those micro commitments, which are more likely to happen when we have some accountability, they are the things that give us confidence. They are the things that allow us to stretch beyond where it feels comfortable. They are the things that allow us to achieve things that other people think, woo, that's a big thing. When you're consistently keeping the contracts you make with yourself, it gives you confidence to go on and do bigger and better things. So really committing to doing what I say I'm going to do is important. And then, yeah, finally, clearing and forgiveness, clearing and forgiveness, clearing and forgiveness. So, yeah, they are my own big personal lessons from the retreat. And I'm really, really fucking excited about seeing how this all unfolds. It's going to be a very big 90 days in terms of preparing for January. But yeah, bring it on. I will say that my one-to-one mentoring is now full until 2018, which feels amazing. And the big focus is going to be on the Limitless Life incubation, implementation incubator, which I will be starting in January, which is going to be open to just 16 women. 6 of those women will have the opportunity to work with me on a one-to-one basis. But that is going to be a really amazing program. There's no sign up here waiting list yet, but there will be soon. So if you know that you have a specific project that you want to be working on, and you know that you want the mindset and the strategy and some of this vibing completely and directly in on your business, then feel free to hit me up with a message and I can put you on the waiting list for when that comes up in January. But that's going to be really people's next opportunity to work with me on a one-to-one and small group basis between, yeah, to sign up for between now and next year. But yeah, I will keep you posted. Thank you for being on today. Thank you for all of your support, and yeah, watch this space is all I can say. I'm going to be showing up more deeply, you know, with more love, with more heart, and on more of a mission than you have ever seen before. And it feels really, really good. Thanks for being along for the ride. Right. Wow. Love you, ladies, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.